Allow yourself permission to understand yourself. Okay, so I heard Madeline RG say that yesterday and on one of her videos, and I was just like, oh my crap, that is something like, until you allow yourself to understand yourself, like, give yourself permission to. It's not even like for you to fully understand who you are, because you're always going to be learning about who you are, because when you know something, when you live it inside out, it's hard to like understand it because it's just what you know, if that makes sense. So but just giving yourself that permission to understand yourself is like, wow, now you will allow yourself to be on a journey to care for yourself in the way of learning who you are. And I just felt like that was so beautiful, and I wanted to share that with you guys in my way, not Madeline RG's way, my way, you know? And because I'm me and she's her, and the way I took that statement was just really, it just allowed me to be proud of myself, because I feel like I've been on a journey my whole life of like fighting giving myself permission to be me, because when I was me, wasn't appreciated. But it doesn't have to be appreciated by other people. It can just be appreciated by you, and that's all that matters, because God loves you as you are, and he loves to see you letting him work through you to understand who you are better, because he designed you. He wants you to learn his creation. Like, he wants us to go outside and learn his creation. He wants us to love others, to learn his creation there. He wants you to learn that creation within yourself too. He doesn't want you to become self-centered, but oftentimes we either become too self-centered or too selfless, and he will help you have that like balance, you know? And I've just always fought the urge of like, don't be you, and like that hurts God's feelings too, because it's like, no, like he wants you to be you, and he's not like disappointed, like he just wants you to be you, if that makes sense. Well, he probably is disappointed, but not in the condemning way, like how dare you, no, he's just like, no, like I want to see like the daughter or son that I created, and like enjoy who I designed them to be. And then when I decided that I want to learn who I am, probably like a year and a half ago, maybe, I'd probably say like two years ago, maybe, was kind of when I was like, you know what, like I just want to be me with like out people's approval, you know? And I feel like until you allow yourself to rebel in that sense, like I'm not saying go like treat your parents badly and like disrespect them by like not following curfew or like whatever rules they put there, like still do your chores, you know? I'm not saying like become disrespectful for your own fulfillment. I'm saying allow yourself to go against what the world tries to tell you with, don't be you, be a chameleon and adapt colors meaning like your personality, your behaviors, you know, just adapt, change all your colors just to match the people you're in the room with. And with that, is it blurry? It looks blurry. I hope it's not. It's still getting posted. But when you change colors, like you're not staying true to your color, and it's like going to drain you over and over. You're gonna be like one of those pasta strainers, bro. You're going to like other people are gonna go through you and like become clean and like enjoy it, you know, but they're never gonna actually know who you are because you're just helping them. They never get to like help you. I don't know if that illustration only makes sense to me, because quite frankly it does not make that much sense to me, but I hope it does. But just kind of like, because then you're just, I feel like I tried combining two things on accident. Hold on. If you are constantly changing colors to blend, if you're just changing who you are to blend in with other people to make them happy, they might be happy for a little bit, but then they're going to start getting kind of annoyed that they don't learn who you are. But then, like, I don't know about you, but like I became good at like, okay, well, I'll just change to what they need me to be for them. And then when they start to want to know who I am, I can pull away and go find someone else that will let me be there for a little bit. And it's like, that is not healthy because that leans towards avoidant attachment style. But I feel like mostly I just kind of will come to a point, at least now, where it's like, if you need me to be there for you, you cannot codepend on me because it stresses me out to a degree that's like not healthy. And that's okay because that is the way I am wired, and it's not healthy for them to be codependent on me, but I will still be here, like, love you through what you're going through. But for a long time, I would just like either stay changing colors over and over and be around people who wouldn't want to know who I actually am, who just wanted me because I released like serotonin in the brain, oxytocin, whatever those hormones are, to just make you happy. Because I was like, because I'm good at making people happy because I can figure out, I'm very emotionally intelligent, so it's like I don't mean to ever do it in a way of like where I can control how they feel. That makes sense. I never go into it with like malice, but my entire life that's just like how I've been, and it's called like I'm just like a deep thinker, and I always have been. And like even my mom growing up, like she is very emotionally intelligent and she can deep thinkly, but she kind of gets to choose when she does. For me, it's like with everything, I just think deeply about it. Like today when I was at church service, there's like the altar where you can like come up and just kind of more privately worship, you know, instead of like, it's just like at the bottom of the stage there's like carpets and you can like worship the Lord, instead of like standing around people worshiping. If like God like just leads you to like have that little more personal, like all of it is equally personal, but it feels a little more personal because you get to like sit on your knees and just like close your eyes and just really like release all of it, instead of like standing like it's just spirit led, I guess you could say. If you have any questions about that, you can just like put that in the comments. But yeah, and then for oh shucks, oh yeah, so like when this dad and mom came up and they had their son, he was probably like in second or third grade, not even third, he was probably like first or second grade. And oh my gosh, a lizard just landed on. Hi baby, you startled me. You can come back if you want. Oh my gosh, its little legs are like this instead of like this because it's on grass. That is so funny. No, it literally just hopped on here. That's so freaking cute. But yeah, so it's mom, dad, and their son, and it's super cold in that church. And I go to 1122, but they were like, he was just in his dad's jacket. Like you could tell it was humongous on him, and I just started crying because most people would just be like, oh my gosh, like he's wearing his dad's jacket, or they might not even think that deep into it, and they'll just be like, oh my gosh, that jacket is too big for him. Someone needs to give him a jacket that's like smaller. But I was like, oh my gosh, I was like, this dad heard his son say that he was cold and provided a solution because he loves and cares for his son. that's how I thought about it. And then I thought about like how precious that is and how that's showing like God's love to us. Like when we are just the slightest bit uneasy, if we go to him, he will provide us the solution, whether we know it, like in what way or not. Like if we think, oh, I need my jacket, he might be like, I'll give you my jacket instead, you know. And it's like that jacket is actually better because he knows what's best, he knows what to provide. So, and a lot of people would not come to tears at just seeing that, the majority of people, and that's okay. That's just the way I'm wired. And it was just like a tear from each eye, you know. It's just kind of how I process emotions. Like every time I laugh, like I cry. Not sad tears, like happy tears, you know. It's just been a known fact about me since forever, really. But that thing was just really special to me, and it's like for so long I would never let myself come to tears to that, because like, oh, like you're too emotional, like that's not acceptable for culture. And culture does not have to tell you the way your brain is wired is wrong, and you are not allowed to indulge in the understanding behind why you're wired the way you are. I don't know exactly why I'm wired the way I am in certain senses, but I know at the end of the day there's a little yellow butterfly. I'm gonna get that tattooed. That's been something I've loved forever. Yellow butterflies reminds me of God's joy. So if you don't allow yourself to, like, I don't understand why I am the way I am, but I can trust God designed me the way I am, and that he will guide me into understanding that that is okay, and I can learn more of his creation with every other thing, including me. I don't have to put me aside of that. And he doesn't design you to be friends with everyone, because if you were friends with everyone, like, that's just impossible for human nature. And he created differences because he wanted us to show how he is in different ways, you know. Like, I'm not a super mathematical person by natural means. I could be if I worked very hard, but I can never naturally gain that mathematical wiring, because I'm not wired that way. But God is wired that way. I'm wired way more so with like emotional intelligence, and like I love writing. I'm not good at, like, I'm kind of an inspired writer, not a real writer, meaning that's an article by Sarah Allen, but I'm not like a like I know how the sentence structure goes, blah blah blah. I can naturally write in that way. I'm like a poet. I write a lot of poetry, actually. Well, I feel like I write a lot. I'm not like Alexander Hamilton writing like 51 or 52, whatever it is, that crazy debate about if you wrote 51 or 52 makes me cackle every time, bro. But yeah, so I just really feel like that quote just stood out a lot to me, and I wanted to stand out for you, and I want you to learn how to stop being a chameleon and start being who you are. And if you are already doing that, I am so proud of you, because so many people do not have the balls to, and you should just be so proud. And I just want to give you guys a warm hug. I love you guys so much. Like, and I know you may be like, oh, well, you don't even know, like, my name or anything about me. It's like, I don't know how to not love everyone so deeply, because I feel like you are, as a Christian, how could I not love? Like, so many people have Christian hurt from like people and stuff, and we're still broken humans. Like, when we say we're Christian, we're not saying that we're perfect. Some people might be, but the majority, the way the Bible says it, is not that way. People can sometimes create the Bible is a light, like, it's just like, not meaning that everything in it is perfect. It's not. It's like full of humans and human nature, as you know, with yourself and with every experience you've ever had. Humans are not perfect, but you have the Lord's guidance, and the Bible just shows you what happens when you are faithful to the Lord, because he's faithful to you, and what happens when you're not faithful to him, when he remains faithful to you, and it's just like the most beautiful love story, in the sense that God, like, no matter how badly you've messed up or how horrible your circumstances are or anything, like, he still loves you. He loves you the way you are. And he, like, to me, my goal in life is to love the Lord and to love everyone else as deeply as I can, while still allowing the Lord to, like, listening to the Lord's voice when he tells me that I need to step back, that I should not be loving people too much to where I, like, lose sight of who God designed me to be, because that is not healthy.